Good morning and welcome to Authentic for this week. I think this is episode number 14. I'm glad you're here. You know, we've had a lot of success so far with this Authentic broadcast or webcast, whatever you want to call it. Most weeks we've had, 400 or 500 people watch. Some weeks when we've boosted it on Facebook, we've had 4,000 people watch. So it's been really awesome, and it's really been a blessing for me to be able to share with you some of the things that I go through, some of the things that I face every day of my life, to encourage you. I never want this to be something that's a downer. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm not watching that, because it's always a downer. It's always about what he's going through, and it's always about something depressing. So today, what I really want to do is talk to you about a technique I've been using lately called mindfulness. I've been using a lot of different techniques lately to kind of help my mind grow and help me face the daily struggles of mental illness and of OCD. I set up a goal for myself. Y'all know that I was a musician, and now musically that field is pretty much gone with this virus thing. And that's okay, because, even though it is gone, it's brought me into some new arenas that I didn't think I would go into. And one of the things besides Authentic that I'm doing now is I've taken back up athletics. I've taken back up the game of golf. I'm getting a little bit older, so I can't play football. I don't like to run. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. So I decided to really focus on the game of golf. And the game of golf is very mental. And the game of golf has to do a lot in your own mind, and it's an individual sport. So it has worked really perfect for me. And I've set myself a lot of goals. Eventually I'd like to once I turn 50, be on the senior PGA Tour, and that's kind of what I'm working for right now. But I say all that to say this: as I've started working on my mental game in golf, it has helped me in my mental game of life. Because I've been using some guided techniques for meditation, some guided techniques for mindfulness, for breathing, for affirmation, self-affirmation. So I've used a lot of those different things, and it's really helped me to manage my OCD much better. And I'm very thankful for that, because it's kind of been a kind of an offshoot of that. But today, what I really want to focus on for all of us is mindfulness, and how much it's helped me. Mindfulness, as simple as I can put it and how I understand it, is it's being in the now, being in the present. Most of the time we are more focused on the past or on the future. And if you have OCD, those two things are what your mind kind of drives you crazy with. To me, it's a tear between the two. Am I going to do this? Have I already done this? False memories, ruminations, all those things deal not with what's happening in the present, but they deal with what's has happened in the past, or what's going to happen in the future. And the thing is, honestly, y'all, we can't control the past nor the future. And that's the deception that our mind is trying to teach us. We need to be focusing on what's happening right now. Focus on the moment. Focus on being in that moment and learning to appreciate and enjoy the moment. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I struggle with that. Very difficult struggle for me. I walk the golf course. I don't ride, so I want to be fully in tune with everything going on around me when I'm out there. And I'm learning through these guided meditations, through mindfulness, to really enjoy not just the game, but the nature around me, being out in beauty. I go in the mornings, in the very early mornings, and sometimes it's like, you're walking out there and it's kind of surreal, because the fog is just lifting off, the sun's coming up, and I'm able to go out there and enjoy that. And there's there's birds out there, there's deer, there's all kinds of wildlife, and to be able to enjoy that and being in the moment for those things. But it has taken practice. It's taken me practicing and trying to train my mind to be in the present. You know, all of our personal power, anything we have control over, only exists in the present. You can't control the past. You can't control the future. All you can control is the present. That's where our power lies, is being in the present moment. That's something we can do something about. You know, there's too many things that can happen in the future. There's too many things that have happened in the past. You know, pretty smart guy that I base a lot of my teaching on, Jesus, you know, he said it like this. He's like, you know, don't worry about tomorrow, because each day has enough trouble of its own. So if each day has enough trouble of its own, I shouldn't be worried about what's going to happen a year from now, 6 years from now, 7 years from now. Now, I know that's easier said than done, because those of us with mental illness, we do worry. You know, I've often told people, you know, the OCD is kind of the worrying disease. But you can get better about the way you allow your mind to go. You have to defy it. You have to fight it. It is a fight. You are in a fight every day, because that your disease wants to control you. Don't let it control you. Don't let it dominate your life. Defy it. Say to it, no, you're not. Today I'm going to be in the now. I'm going to be in the present. I'm going to work on things that I can change, things that I can do. You know, and there was another one that says, you know, by worrying, can we even add 1 hour to our life? I'm thinking, can we even add 1 minute to our life? You know, honestly, when we worry, we're subtracting minutes from our life, because worry is so detrimental to our health. And being in that state of fight or flight is so detrimental to our health. It causes so many physical problems, emotional problems, you know, and it just compounds on itself. So if you can't add a minute to your life or an hour to your life, why are you wasting your time on this? And you've got to tell yourself that. You've got to say to yourself, okay, I'm wasting my time on this. I need to refocus my mind. Because you, like last week I said, you have choices. We all have choices we make. Now you make a choice to defy your mental illness. You make that choice. You have to make that choice. You know, I've thought about it so many times, how much time I've wasted just worrying about things, worrying about what's going to happen, worrying about the past. And it's so much easier to just live in the present. So I encourage you today, you know, really focus on being in the moment. Focus on mindfulness. Focus on just taking each moment as they come, because that's where we can win each day against our mental illness. That's how we defy it. We can't beat something that's in the future. We can't beat something that's in the past. We can only take on something that's in the present and be in that moment. So I just encourage you, it's been a game changer for me, y'all. I'm really starting to, it's still hard. I'm not saying, oh, I've got a cure for OCD. No, I don't. Or I have a cure for other mental illness. But I'm giving you a tool. It's just like a tool. You have a tool in your toolbox. You know, if you got to hammer a nail in, you need to use the hammer. So I'm giving you a hammer to help you with this. So take it and use it. And there's so many different sites you can go to about meditation, about mindfulness. It's really become kind of a buzzword in the mental health field lately. So you can check those things out. There's guided meditations for free. There's apps out there. I use 2 apps that really help me. Now mine are focused on golf, but they're also focused on mental health. So it's kind of a double thing. But you can find whatever your interest is, and I'm sure there's an app out there for you. So be in the now. Over the next few weeks, just be in the now. And if you need help, shoot me a message. I'll send you the links to the sites that I've found, and you know, try to help you and walk you through it if you need it. But just take care. I'm going to close with a little song me and my children, my boys, did a few years back when they were kind of younger, called "Don't Worry, Be Happy." So I hope y'all enjoy it. It's kind of funny. It's just silly, but I hope you have a fun time, and I hope it encourages you. Take care. We'll catch you next week.
Got no place to lay your head. Somebody come and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. Come on, John Mark. And Lord say your rent is dead. We have got to live together. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile. Don't worry, be happy. When you wear your face real proud, that will bring everybody down. Don't worry, come on, Tom Mark, break it down. Be happy, don't worry, be happy.